Oh, sorry, I'm just letting everybody know I'm a real person. Oh, and also I found Atlantis. Supposedly a legendary civilization that sank into the sea 11,000 years ago. Which would pretty much, if they came out with it now, I think they're just waiting for a religion uproar or something like that until they can actually reveal the truth about what they're lying about. Anyway, as you can see from this picture, I've been, how can we say it, flying around on Google Maps for a bit. This here is an alcove, like, you get them on beaches, things like that. Be a great beach in there, you know. Most hotels go in there. They wouldn't come on the corners. They would normally be in this area here, these areas here, and also this area here, and a little bit along here. What I really want, I think you can actually see that from here anyway. I'll just put the arrow on there so you can see. This here from a distance is what would slow the water down. Ships would be able to come round here into there and obviously come off and unload or whatever, do what they needed to do around here and actually possibly trade or whatever. A lot of this is actually blurred off the maps. As you can see, this is clearly not sea. Well, yes, it is sea. Possibly there's different things down here, maybe another, look at this, blurred out, possibly another chain of islands. Anyway, and you can see this is clearly something. I'll just zoom in this to here. This is the volcano. Comes round here, round there, up to here. This snow's so fake, it's hilarious. Comes down here. You can see on the shade in here where the sun's obviously like coming from this, you can clearly see that's drops down. Show you the edge of it. So I'm not sure why it has these fake. This is fake. They've had time to do it. They didn't do it on the NASA photos, unfortunately. There's a few things, obviously, I wrote them down because I've tried to record this a few times. I'm not sure what's going on. For maybe your conspiracy people. This is not a conspiracy, by the way, this is just common sense, plain common sense. I like a bit of common sense. Search what it says in the book, Plato's story, Back then I don't think they would need to lie because they wanted to actually preserve their information, Mentions in there that, let me see, it says here, this is, by the way, this is actually what it states on the UN website. Atlantis was supposedly, sorry, right there. In Plato's writing, it lies west of the Gibraltar Straits. If you actually follow the map down west of the Gibraltar Straits, it would lead perfectly, or would lead around this area anyway. You'll be able to get there. The distance is 7,500 miles, roughly. If you did it at a rough, a slow 7 knots, it would take you 44 days on average. Hugging to the coastline, which they would have done because of rough seas anyway back in the day, they would have easily been able to stop and replenish on the way down there. So yeah, it would have been a pretty much safe journey. Oh, sorry, I'll just get back to there so you can see that. Bearing in mind, this is coming down the way. I'd just like to show you sort of something in a second as well. I've noticed one thing that is a lot on, modern day, it's Antarctica, that's what they're calling it. If you look on the old maps, I think it was Antarctica or something, So they're not, in a sense, they're not trying to lie to us, they're just trying to not tell us the truth. It's a complete difference here on the map. Sorry if you can see the cursor. Sorry about the shaking a bit. bit annoyed about this. I just want it done. So we zoom down here. These red bits here on top of this, it's either one of the main things that's red on Antarctica at the moment, vehicles. That's just here. I'm not sure if you can see it clearly because of the colours. And it's even got yellows and things like that. So yellows and blues, things like that. You know, waste, living. They have a lot of things down there that are red. It's one of the things that you'll find down there. And I'm sorry, but to all you people who know things about rocks, mountains, anything like that, you will see from this picture here, this ridge here is clearly coming down, like so, down. This flows down. Here is an ice flow that looks like ice. Right there. Show you more detail. What I like to do as well is actually do research properly, so you get the facts. I even went round Antarctica with a measuring tool and measured the coastline just to check if they were giving us the right size. And the right size is a total area of 5,602,470 miles squared roughly. Some fair distance. And it's actually land as well, livable land. Natural resources, everything like that. For all you flat earth theory people, I'm with yous. You know, they can't lie to us much anyway. I like all the pictures. I like how he's called them CGI, I just call them fake. It's simple. You know? The artists aren't even that good. Anyway, as you can see, we'll just move around this a bit. This is that breakwater thing I was mentioning before. Oh. What's this here? What's this here? Oh. This does not look natural. It's not ice neither. Bear in mind this is sand under here. Looks like water above it. Another one here. Just here. That definitely doesn't look natural. This would be going up, by the way, like this. They've obviously flat. This is on a bird's eye view bit, but you can clearly see from this section here as well that this here, down here, and down here is shading from whatever this is before that used to be there. You know, it might have been a building at one point. It might have been where they obviously just went up the mountain. Not quite sure, but I'll just zoom out and show you the main living part, which is quite good. This is where it starts pretty much on this map from the left. This bit here looks suspiciously in ice. Suspiciously. I'd just like to point out as well, when you do actually zoom down to each of these, as you can already see, there's pixelation like this. You know, I will zoom down to here. Nothing here, as you can see. Nothing like that, but perfectly pixelated across that one, and perfectly pixelated across this other one. That's called hiding completely. But the thing is, they don't think that people know anything about structures on the ground. Some people will just walk over a ruin and kick it, and other people will actually realise it's there. Common sense, everybody. So anyway, as you can see, circular, circular, more circular, 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 These have obviously been damaged. These are circular. If I zoom in here as well, you can actually see more of them. I actually went round this before, and the walkways that actually there. See if everybody looks here. More hidden because of the pixelation. More hidden. They actually have walkways, like I'm not sure I mentioned before. I'm going to every single one of them. They're all interconnecting, like these canals described. This coastline as well. I measured this, and it's about 2.1 miles squared. Not sure what's going on here. Zoom back in. Not quite sure what's going on. Definitely altering something then. Anyway.